What's going on, Junkie Nation? Merry Christmas to everyone. We got a special edition here. Goes and I always hustling. We're talking to King Mo, who now is one of the coaches at American Top Team, but at one time held the Strikeforce light heavyweight title. Also, open weight title in Japan at Risen, right, Mo? Is where you had that other belt?
Yeah, centuries ago.
That's crazy, man. Open weight. You little Jake Paul in you there, fighting some of the bigger cats as well.
Oh no! Don't disrespect me like that. That's more of a old school Vale Tudo.
There you go.
No NHB. That's me.
But see, if I say that, some of the younger crowd will go, "What's NHB?"
They got ChatGPT. They can always type it in ChatGPT.
That's a good point. Are there a lot of fighters at American Top Team that don't even know you were a Strikeforce light heavyweight champ?
Quite possibly. Honestly, when it comes down to it, I just focus on the future. I don't talk about my accomplishments because they mean nothing. So I just focus my attention on those that are trying to get to where I'm at or where I once was. And the goal is to make sure they surpass me. That's my goal for my athletes I work with.
Wow, that's pretty humble and pretty big of you. A lot of people won't let go of the past, and it's always me, 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 me. Magic Johnson, for example, he won 5 titles with the Lakers. He tried coaching, but the players didn't connect to him because he always kind of held them to his standards a little bit. And I guess he would bring up, back in my day, Kareem and I, or this and that. He wouldn't let go of the past. I don't know. But that's good that you do.
Yeah, past don't matter.
But some stuff's coming full circle. RAF, for example, they got 4 shows in a row to close out the year. Seems like it got good buzz. They, the arenas are filling up. Yeah. And we're seeing new school, old school MMA fighters, kind of come from there, going in there. What are your thoughts on that? And would you ever mix it up in that? I know that the hip, the knee, a lot of that stuff closed out your career, but could you ever get yourself on a wrestling mat and participate?
Honestly, my body's too beat up, but I like what Real American Freestyle has to offer. I like what they're doing. It's keeping a lot of wrestlers relevant, and even those from the past, is giving them a time to shine in the competitive light. I wish they would do this, though. I wish they'd have 2 divisions. Actually 3. The old folks division, the MMA division, to have MMA guys wrestle each other, and then have the competitive, college open division. Because I don't think that's fair to see Bilal Muhammad wrestle Carr. That's just, it'd be better to see Bilal Muhammad versus Colby Covington.
Yeah.
Bilal Muhammad versus Kamaru Usman. That would be great to watch. But seeing an MMA fighter face a guy that's actively competing in freestyle wrestling is kind of a waste of time. It's stupid.
Well, apparently there's a video from the Pound for Pound podcast if you want to see Bilal Muhammad and Usman. But anyway, I hear what you're saying. Chad Mendez and Michael Chandler, for example, were 2 guys that wrestled recently. Keep the MMA guys separately is what you're saying, and just have them do their thing. Because the young guys, the young Olympians, the young college champs, they got too many fresh reps and young bodies, right? To go against someone in their mid-30s or upper 30s.
But not even that, but they're more in tune with what's going on with the sport. Like, for instance, Pat Downey faced New Mansa. What's that boy's name? Why am I going to blank on his name? The Beast.
Joaquin Buckley.
Buckley, yeah. Man, Buckley could have kept the match close, but he would get tech fall anyway. If you think of it like this, it'd be like Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua all over again. These guys that wrestle, that they're wrestling are in the sport. They're in the game. But the guys that are doing MMA, aside for a Yoel Romero and some other people, he's what Dominic doesn't. I think Yoel Romero, I think Daniel Cormier and Steve Mako, they could compete and actually do well against the younger generation. I would say myself, but I'm too beat up. But, those 3, I know for sure would be able to beat some of these guys to score or keep the match closer, even pull off some upsets.
All right. Let me turn it over to Goes. What do you have for King Mo, our guest today, Goes?
King Mo, so you said you don't like to focus on the past, so I'm going to ask you something about the future. 2026 is about to roll in. which champions can you guarantee will hold on to their belt all of 2026?
You know what? For this, actually, stop calling me Mo. Call me Brown Sugar. You know what I'm saying? Brown Sugar.
All right.
It's not guaranteed anybody will hold on to a belt because, like I said before, within the genre or within the sport, within the world of combat sports, trends change so fast. If you look at what's going on now, all the talent is overseas. There's no talent in America. You know, it changes. One moment, Brazil's the hot country. The next moment is Canada, then America, then Nigeria, then here, then there, and everywhere. There's so many trends that happen. We just got to see what trends hot at the moment. Because I don't know. Anything can happen. I don't know what's going to happen in heavyweight, at 205, at 185, 170, 155, 145, 135, 125. And with the women, you just never know. Anything can happen in combat sports.
Brown Sugar, let me just jump in here before it goes, ask you something else. Let's not mess around here. You're an OG. No one's going to hold it against you. We're not going to put a bullet in your head if you get it wrong. Just give us one name, man. But who you think will be champ? Was that the question goes? Who will be champ still in the year?
Yeah, who keeps their belt? I mean, like someone like
one. That was too standard of an answer. You didn't want to put yourself out there.
At 125. Okay, let's start. You name the champions, right? Okay,
all right, Joshua Van. Does he hold on to the belt?
Can he beat Manel Cap?
That's a good one. I don't know.
Yeah, see? And then, but look, can he beat Kyoji Haraguchi?
Peter Yan? What about Peter Yan?
I don't know. I think he's good, but
Alex Volkanovski. He's got Lopez first, and then he's got maybe Evloev or Roman Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy, can he beat Evloev? Yeah, who knows? Because those guys are good. Like within, all you need is one bad day to get beat. That's all you need. And
I think Makhachev might be able to last the year. He looks so dominant, man.
He looks so dominant versus the guy that can't wrestle.
Yeah.
How would he do versus Kamaru Usman or Shavkat, or even Yaroslav? You know, because here's the thing, right?
You don't got to call me a slob. I know I didn't put on my best clothes today, but I ain't no slob.
So think about this. One thing about Yaroslav Amosov, that motherfucker can wrestle. He can grapple. He has supreme tactics and technique, and he's not beat up from all the tough competitions. He was in Bellator, and yes, Bellator had some killers there. It was a Shark Tank, but the UFC is a Shark Tank as well, and these guys are facing each other match after match after match, but Yaroslav's still kind of fresh. So
Hamzat's probably the safest one, right?
Man, you just never know. You just never know. I like it's easy to say Hamzat, but you just never know. Can he be Fluffy Hernandez?
Ooh, that's a good.
Yeah.
I want to see that fight.
Can he? Because Fluffy is the gas tank. You know,
all right, Valentina. How about in the ladies? Valentina?
All right, but is she at 125?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is that 125? Like
Aaron Blanchfield, Natalia Silva, Macy Barber, Rose Namajunas.
You know what? Like, she 5 times undefeated, and let Rose or Jillian Roberts is there, right?
Yeah.
No, she dropped down to strawweight.
Yeah. Okay, so because Rose, I've seen video of her training with my girl Natasha Kuznatina, and Rose looks good, and Pat Barry and that team they have out there is stellar. But same thing with Valentina, she's a stellar team too. It's very competitive with that weight class. You know, it's not like she went out there. She controlled the woman from China. Controlled. She didn't do much damage. She got the win due to control. You know what I'm saying? All it's gonna take is somebody make a minor adjustment, make Valentina fight at a faster pace, do some damage, and then we have a fight in our hands.
Hey Mo, 2 names that were just brought up: Hamzat Chimaev and Islam Makhachev. From an outsider looking in, we don't know all the intricacies of wrestling. When you look at their game and as dominant as they've been using their wrestling, do you still see holes in their game? Like, what would it take for someone to beat them at their own game?
Well, I feel like between the two, Islam's the better wrestler. I like his techniques. They both can wrestle. I think when it comes down to those two, you have to go out there and fight their ass. Ross Purity, I'm going to say the name, a guy named Ross the Boss Purity from El Paso, Texas, fought Klitschko. And he said in order to beat Klitschko, he had to go out there and fight Klitschko like it was a tough man contest. You can't out-technique those guys, but you can out-dog them in some ways. Make them fight at the fast pace. You might get cut up, you might get taken down, you might get elbowed, you might get bruised, kicked. But if you get up and keep on fighting and make them fight at a faster pace than they're used to handling, you might be able to do something.
You brought up boxing, and Brown Sugar knows his boxing. We've talked that a lot. MMA, the reason why a lot of people fell in love with MMA was because it got away from some of the bad things that boxing was doing, where we couldn't see the best versus the best. Then MMA came along, and some of them big names like Tito and Chuck and Vitor and Randy, they all fought each other, and we loved it. But now we're kind of getting away from that a little bit, right? There are some names that we wish would have fought that didn't fight. What are like the red flags in mixed martial arts that we need to look out for in 2026?
Oh, it's a good question. Ooh, that's a good question. I'm gonna tell you this, right? Money's the matter. Money's what makes everything go round. And it's a popularity contest in a sense. And you can't piss off the people that are above you because, like for instance, Arman Saryukin should be fighting for the belt right now, but instead he's not. And now they got an interim. I don't understand this interim belt because I remember years ago they said the UFC only has one belt. They have interim belts too in the BMF title. You know, I feel like I feel like they need to revamp maybe the ranking system. Maybe have an independent group of people do the truly independent group of people with the ranking system, and they should follow the ranking system because Arman Saryukin should be fighting for the belt right now. But for some reason, he's angry some people in the higher ups, and they've been holding him down. But I'm not the one to speak. This is what I've heard and what I've seen. But, you know, Arman should be fighting Ilia Topuria. If he's going through some things, maybe he should be stripped of the belt. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he should be a champion in hiatus for something. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But, like, right now, I feel like combat sports, not just MMA, combat sports in America is hurting. I don't know what to blame it on, but it's just the red flags are going on right now, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you something about Arman Saryukin. All three of us have been in the sport for a long time. So a lot of times we make our decisions and our commentary based on precedents. Okay, last January, according to him, his back he couldn't go against Islam Makhachev, who wound up fighting Renato Moicano. He said his back, he had a back injury. The UFC seems to hint more that it was a weight issue, although they haven't been direct about it. So supposedly he entered, we'll call it a doghouse, because since then the division moved on. And, you know, Islam moved up, Topuria moved up, so we have new champions and everything. Then when Oliveira fought Topuria, Saryukin was the backup. He weighed in and he made weight. So if he's in the doghouse, should that have been enough to get him out of the doghouse? Because if it wasn't, then he headlined against Dan Hooker and won and looked exciting on the heels of Islam Makhachev and Khamzat Chimaev both being dominant, but many people also saying they were boring. Saryukin used the ground game, but had an exciting finish. What do you think, Mo? What do you think about this doghouse? How long is he going to be in it? I thought he would have been out by then because that's two events where he proved, you know, that, hey, you know, I may have messed up in January of 2025, but at the end of 2025, I'm ready to go.
I think this doghouse situation is petty. You know, every person, every man and woman will make a mistake. But I thought that in America, we're all about redemption. And I feel like Arman has redeemed himself twice. He made weight as a backup, and then he put on an entertaining performance versus Hooker. So what else needs to be done? I don't understand what they're doing. That's their company. I'm just an outsider. But I feel like he should be fighting for the belt right now. Paddy Pimblett is a great fighter. You know, he's done his thing right now. He's great winning his fights. Gaethje's a great fighter himself. But I'm not sure if any of those two can defeat Arman Saryukin. You know, Arman to me is the top guy at that weight class, aside for Ilia Topuria.
Yeah. I wonder if that headbutt against Hooker at the weigh-in might have, or the post or pre-fight press conference might have pissed them off or something, because I really thought that was good enough. And apparently it's not, because they went in another direction. But it's kind of bothered me, because without them defining it and the kid doesn't know it, then what do we do here? You know, it's you're like you said, he's the number one contender. It just seems and the UFC always brags about the best, fight the best. In this case, he's the best, and yet he's on the sidelines.
Look at the thing, right? Brown Sugar's gonna drop some knowledge. There's a fighter from the UK named Derek Chisora, Del Boy, and he told me, Mo, sometimes if I want to, generate buzz, I'll go out there and I'll do something crazy. I might get fined 5,000 pounds, but I'll make that up on the back end with ticket sales. So that headbutt, people are looking at Hooker versus Saryukin like it's gonna be but as soon as the headbutt landed, people were like, okay, what's gonna happen now? This might have put some little fire under Hooker, and Hooker might come out a little stronger. And you know what? Hooker came out, locked in a guillotine or two, and made Arman scramble. You know what I'm saying? Go to his back. And like my thing is like, if it would be different if Hooker was like, I can't fight because of the headbutt.
Right.
It didn't happen. What happened was people saw that, they shared the headbutt at the weigh-ins, and then people became more in tune and more intrigued about the fight, about that matchup.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I like fisticuffs, but if he had cut him and it ruined it, I could see the UFC going, oh man, like we built this whole card around these guys.
If is the word. If
I know. Yeah. But remember, it could be that this guy just is his own worst enemy. Remember, he socked the fan as well when he was walking in. I don't know what the fan said to him or whatever. So I don't know. Like I say, if you're in the doghouse, I guess avoid certain things. But I feel like he's done enough. I think the fight went on, like you said, and he looked great. All right, let me ask you one other one. Close to you as well. American Top Team, Renat Fakhretdinov. Hopefully I pronounced his name right. Yeah. He got cut, man. He's 6-0-1 in the UFC. So it's not like, he's off a loss or he's on a cold streak or a losing streak or nothing like that. I've already read his Instagram. He seems to be taking it on the chin and moving on. But what do you think is going on here, in your opinion? Is it back to the whole wrestling? It doesn't put people in seats, or it doesn't get people hollering and cheering, or what do you think, man?
I think that it could be a little bit of everything. The wrestling, the relatability, as far as marketability too, because, I think he's a great fighter and he's cool as hell. I like him. But maybe they had a hard time selling him to the public here in America or here overseas. That could be it. His style, granted, he came to fight, but he did implement a lot of grappling techniques. Aside for his last fight, he put them hands on that boy and stopped him, I believe. Mm-hmm. So he showed he had that dog in him, but maybe it was too little, too late.
Yeah. American Top Team is a big team. We'll close with this. Mm-hmm. If somebody told you, hey, man, I got this yacht. Why don't you go hang out with some of your homies? We'll have some steaks, drinks, cigars for you guys. Who are the 5 coolest guys from American Top Team that you'd invite to go on the yacht and hang out? They even got a big screen where you guys can watch the fights as well.
That's hard to say, man.
Who's cool over there?
Everybody's cool.
Come on, here we go again.
Listen. I'm gonna say this right. At one point, like, I'm not gonna lie, Hector Lombard, we're cool now, but he was an asshole back then.
To you or to everyone?
No, not like this was a lot of people, but he's cool, man. He's changed. Hector's cool as fuck now, but back then we had some assholes. Hector Lombard was one of them at the time. There are guys you just couldn't spar with, but now I think due to like everybody changing and us coming up through the asshole period where people get knocked out and hurt, everyone's kind of became like, hey, you know what? Let's be a team player. Even to the point where we have guys fighting each other they're fighting each other and they're in the same gym, and there's been no problems with that. I haven't seen a fight in the gym in years. At one point, there used to be 2 fights a year, if not maybe 3 or 4. Now, I have not seen a fight in the gym, period. No arguments, no yelling, nothing being thrown. Everybody's been cool.
Okay, so that's one. Lombard. Who else?
Going to the thing?
Going on the yacht, just getting away for the day.
Look, on the cool, my dogs, like, I'm cool with everybody in the gym. But my 2 closest compatriots are my boy Steve Bruno and Artem Levin. Those are my boys, like, because we work with a lot of people. And then the fighters, you know, I got a lot of fighters I work with. Azamat, Natasha, my boy Shamel Finley, Bimmy, Gavin Rice, you know, just Rizvan Kunayev, what's that boy's name? Arslan. Everybody there is cool, man. It's just a lot of Russians. It's Brat TT, Brazilian, Russian, American top team. That's how we have. You know what I'm saying? Brat.
BRATT.
Yeah, BRATT. Brazilian, Russian, American top team.
Oh, okay. All right, my man. Well, listen, always great to catch up with you. Got a good look on there, Brown Sugar, with the cigar. Is that an illegal Cuban you're smoking?
Nah.
Someone do you a favor? Joel or someone?
It ain't a Cohiba. It's like I forgot. You get Romeo Juliet, something like that. But, you know, the Cuban. I just started getting cigars because I started watching more, like, you know, Burt Sugar, and I'm like, you know what? Cigars seem kind of cool, even though you don't inhale them. Like, I just puff on them and just to let the smoke fly.
You get stung by any bees lately?
Huh?
You get stung by any bees lately?
Nah. Left the bee thing alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, left the
They're gone?
Huh?
The bees are gone?
Yeah, for right now. Yeah, but I've changed it up, man. Like, your boy quits. I'm done smoking weed. We've been weed free for a few months. You know, so I'm straight edge now. I'm like the black CM Punk. I don't do nothing. This is the worst thing I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight edge.
Can I make a suggestion for Brown Sugar?
What's up?
Right before you go on your rant, I think you should say, I'm going to drop some BS on you. That way
yeah.
Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar, I'm going to drop some BS on y'all.
There you go.
But you also got to make sure you put them opinions out there. You kind of rode the fence a couple times on us. We had to push you a little.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. An American top team, everybody's cool. Like, all the fighters,
not that one. The one where which champion can hold on to his belt.
It's hard to say.
We went through like 12 champs. You're like, oh, it's close. It's close.
Well, no, thing, right? Like, we went to a point where we had a dynasty where John Jones, guys were holding the belts for a while. But now, with sports science and people studying film and people, we're in a fight IQ era now. I said that last year. It's all about fight IQ. And
explain. What does that mean?
Like, people are not, instead of worrying about being bigger, stronger, faster, they're being smarter, implementing game plans, finding ways to win without taking much damage.
Who's an example of that? Islam,
Chimaev. Yeah, because here's the thing, right? I'm going to drop some BS on y'all. Chimaev hit the UFC with the Grand Okido, going out there and saying, I can strike, I can do this, I'll strike. But the moment he faced a guy that was very insufficient with the grappling, he was like, you know what, guys? Let me go back to my roots. And he went out there and wrestled and grappled this guy for 24 minutes and 35 seconds. That was it. Just controlled him. And he used IQ because he knew this guy has nothing here for me. Let me beat him there. Same thing with Islam. Islam was like, this guy has nothing here for me. Let me handle this. Now look, Jack tried his best by getting Craig Jones involved, and it helped him. Fight IQ. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start seeing more guys utilize fight IQ.
Yeah, well, that fight IQ didn't work too well for that one, though.
Well,
he had nothing for him.
He didn't get submitted, though. Because, look, because that Darce that he goes for is, man, like, when he locks that in, people are tapping. When he gets his hands locked behind his forearm, people's neck get bent, and then he locks it in. But for some reason, he couldn't get to it because it was defended. You know, Craig Jones did a great job schooling Jack on how to defend that Darce. And I'm telling you, you're not going to see as many barn burners, per se. You're going to see more IQ. Now, you'll see more people getting beat up because the judge criteria, damage coming first. You're going to see more damage being implemented, but more in a more intelligent way.
All right. But I'm still going to make sure if I ever have the Miss Universe contest, I don't know if I can bring you as a judge, because I think you'd go, man, they're all beautiful. I can't decide. And we wouldn't have a winner.
Hey, I'll be the tiebreaker. You pick, if you have the two, I'll pick one of the final two.
All right. Merry Christmas. Thanks for doing this. Always great to catch up with you, brother.
Thank y'all.